The weather pattern's all blocked up right now. That's one of the reasons we're seeing the smoke stuck over the region. So it does feel kind of eerie, like a good Halloween night out there, or All Hallows Eve, if you will. What is happening is what's called an omega block. You have an area of high pressure right here and a couple of cutoff areas of low pressure, one well out over the Pacific and then one sitting over the central Rockies right now. And it actually kind of look like the Greek letter omega, just like that. But the problem is nothing's really moving all that much. In fact, we see what's going on right here on the west coast is this area that's just kind of being stretched and moved around like putty. And guess what? That's where all of the smoke is. And it's just sitting right over here. And it's going to take a couple of days for this to start moving to the east. And eventually it will. And that's going to allow a weather system to come in next week, which is actually going to bring rain to the Pacific Northwest, perhaps even as far south as Northern California. I don't expect any of that rain here outside of maybe some coastal drizzle. But there is an end in sight to this terrible smoky apocalypse thing we've got going on right now, which is some good news. Here's another look at that smoke here all the way across the west coast and stretching all the way out over to the water. And now that the sun's going down and our visible picture drops, you can see the outlines of the fires across the region. Kind of a scary sight still out there tonight. And the other thing that's scary is the air right now. Air quality even getting worse tonight. Very unhealthy in Monterey, very unhealthy in the Carmel Valley, Big Sur unhealthy for sensitive groups in Santa Cruz, Salinas, and up and down the Salinas Valley. Don't want to be out there breathing if you can avoid it tonight. Stay inside. If you're going to be driving around, make sure your car's set to recirculate that air. Usually when your air conditioning's on, it sets the recirculation around. Use your cabin filter instead of your lungs to get through that smoke. We will see a little bit of relief tomorrow in the low levels, I think, but it's going to take some time for that to happen. So as we look at our near surface SMOKECAST, still seeing quite a bit of smoke around the area as we wake up tomorrow morning. Once the sea breeze kicks in tomorrow afternoon, we are going to pull in some cleaner air, but tomorrow morning you still may wake up to some of that unhealthy air. Up above us, we'll continue to see that big haze of smoke, which has been keeping the temperatures down, and we're seeing very cool readings with 50s and 60s around the bay right now, not much warmer inland. So we're going to have another day of that tomorrow, although it will start to thin out a little bit. The satellite picture is showing some high clouds on top of everything else, but they are going to continue moving out. We'll see the low clouds moving back in underneath the smoke tonight, although it's somewhat mixed in with it. So we'll actually see somewhat of a smog once again developing as we head into tomorrow morning. Just kind of some nasty stuff. But tomorrow afternoon, as I mentioned, some clearing expected. It'll be a little bit thinner out there. And with that, a little bit more sunshine will be reaching the ground. And I've warmed up our temperatures a couple of degrees. We're still going to be cool for this time of year. 70s in the Santa Cruz Mountains, 60s down along the coast, with Santa Cruz topping out at 65 degrees. East shore of the bay, all in the 60s. Same in Salinas and Watsonville, but low 70s farther inland. The Monterey Peninsula, all in the 60s tomorrow. Both Monterey and Seaside topping out in the mid 60s. And then away from the coast in the south, we'll see some warmer readings with a few 70s and 80s popping up. But again, very cool for this time of year. As I mentioned, some slow warming expected. We'll see the smoke start to filter out over the next couple of days. And then next week, a weather system's going to come through. That should bring some clear air into the region. We'll still have a few clouds, but it will be clearer, non-smoky air. Temperatures, in fact, should warm up on the front side of that, then cool off with a cold front coming through Wednesday into Thursday. May even see some drizzle out of it. Inland areas also going to clear out eventually. It's going to take a few days, I think, for that to happen, though. I think by about Sunday or Monday, we're going to see much clearer air here on the central coast. And then a very fall-like weather system coming in as we head through midweek next week.